Buongiorno! I am Lucifer. And yes, it's been an extremely long time. I have missed you too. Anyway, let's talk about this that's in the social media at the moment. The Oscars, Will Smith and Chris Rock. Well, I must say it's one of those embarrassing things I've ever seen on TV. Although, there are more embarrassing things that I've seen, but they just weren't on TV. Insert Michael joke. Anyway, moving on. What I want to talk about is whether Will Smith was right or not. Now, I understand the premise behind the reason, but when you break it all down, well, let's put it this way. Violence is never the answer. It might be something that you want to do because of anger, but violence is never the answer. Simple words of exchange, that would have been sufficed. I mean, the joke wasn't even that bad. I mean, the irony as well is that Jada Pinkett Smith is making a massive deal out of this alopecia situation when, well, let's put it this way. If you don't know what alopecia is, it is basically what causes you to, well, it is basically going bald. That is the basics of it. My father did that 8,000 years ago. But alopecia is not a disease as such. It's not deadly. It's not like leukemia or cancer or anything of those varieties. It is a simple hair loss condition. I mean, if she was so concerned about her alopecia, then why wouldn't she just wear a wig? I mean, lots of black ladies wear wigs. And the other things as well, she doesn't even look that bad with no hair. I find that, ladies of culture have a better sort of, they look better than, say, the white folk with no hair. But, again, if she was so, concerned about her alopecia and the fact that, it's destroying her life, la-di-da, then why wouldn't she cover it up? Wear a baseball cap or something. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, as well, if you go to the Oscars, and as a comedian on the stage, you have to expect that people are going to be roasted. I mean, let's take Ricky Gervais for one moment. That guy there roasted the entirety of Hollywood at the Golden Globes many years ago. And did anyone say anything? Well, of course not. It's a joke. A joke means that you're not serious. You're not being spiteful, and you're not, poking fun as in the sense that you don't like somebody. It is simple that it is just behind the comedy, or the act, or the joke, etc., etc. So going on to Will Smith. His actions that followed were, without better word to use, despicable. Absolutely appalling. In my opinion, you do not ever enter the stage of let's put it this way. He embarrassed the host immensely. I mean, poor old Chris Rock. He didn't know where to put himself after that. And what did he do it for? To defend his wife's honor? Well, he could have heckled from his seat, or he could have waited until after the presentation and had a quiet word with Chris and said, look, I'm sorry, my wife has a little bit of a sensitive issue with her alopecia. I would appreciate it if you hadn't made that joke, so if you wouldn't mind apologizing. And that would have been perfectly fine. I mean, Chris Rock and Will Smith, they are supposedly, they were friends. So, Will Smith should actually know what Chris Rock is like. And everybody should. He's a classic comedian, and I mean, like I said, the joke wasn't even that bad. If he really wanted to get under her skin, he could have said something a lot worse than that. He could have said something like, Rocky. No, not Rocky. What's that bloody guy's name? Tyson. He's got a bald head, hasn't he? Or just anybody. Dr. Robotnik. There's a variety of bald people he could have compared her to. But he said G.I. Jane 2. And what's wrong with that? G.I. Jane, if I remember rightly, was a movie about a female GI, soldier who was like, pretty badass. So what's wrong with that? Anyway, again, I think Will could have definitely handled that situation better. The problem is now, people are pulling his projects from, places like Apple TV, Netflix, and various directors are now, considering whether they want to work with Will now. The guy, after one small act trying to defend his wife's honor, has pretty much sealed his own fate. And for what? A joke. It's just ridiculous. Like I was saying before, there is no need for violence. That is not even a last resort. Violence, especially in the public eye, and with these people, these elite human beings, acting in such a fashion, that really shows you that Hollywood has gone to the shitter. Anyway, that was my 2 cents. Tell me what you think in the comments section below. Now, I do ask that people be tasteful. Don't just slam down there and argue. If you have something constructive to say, then please put it in there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on all social media, and share this around. Arrivederci, Belle. Buongiorno! I hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out our Patreon, our membership, and our merchandise. Have a good one, and be nasty to each other. Arrivederci! Bella.